let's see, start with the roll call.
Carolyn Ferguson here.
Daryl Prowse here.
Patrick Bernard's here. Looks like we're missing.
Larry and
I saw Larry outside a little while ago. Oh, where you went?
Huh.
Did you see Nick and you thought it was Larry?
Could have been. Red hair, red, long
Yeah.
and
Missing
wet.
Raymond and Larry.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, there's Larry.
Hey,
Larry.
Larry is here. All right.
How about you?
Okay, next is, no, that's true. Thank you very much. Can I get a motion to excuse Raymond?
I'll make a motion to excuse Raymond.
Second,
I'll take it.
all in favor, eh?
Aye.
Okay, all right. They're not here. Oh, but- Thank you. Next is approval of meeting agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting agenda as given to us.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, thank you. Next up is the approval of the minutes. Let's take a.
You said, oh, I'm sorry. I was-
That was the meeting agenda. Now we're gonna look at the minutes from last meeting. Yeah, I did look at that. Everybody need a minute to look? You guys good? Motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
All right, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Minutes are good. Public communication, 3 minutes. The rated board is providing opportunities for public comments by submitting written comments to the city clerk's office via email. But we do this as well, and so we'll do the second one towards the end of the meeting. So, sorry, does anybody in the room have a public comment at this point? All right, again, we'll have another point here at the end of the meeting. Anybody online? Looks like we just Richard, so no, all right. Moving on, reports. Chair's report presented by myself. I am actually, my report's going to be more of the budget review, and which we're going to talk about. And then also I have something printed out from Marty as well, but as far as my budgets, my report is just the you know, power went out. I'm really just looking forward to hearing from Butch and how that went too, so. But no, I don't really have anything specific, so let's move on. Station report, speaking of Butch, okay,
Oh, when Trey won't be here.
all right.
So you want to know about the storm report?
Sure. Yeah, and storm report.
Well, I was just talking to Jim and Kurt about it. It was very interesting. First, we had an advisory, going more than 45-mile-an-hour winds that we were talking about. So we thought we were going to be okay. And then right before the power went out, they upped the damn thing to 70-mile-an-hour gusts, which we knew then would be going to be an issue. And it was the power went out just shortly after we got the alarm on our radios right here. So I head over to the station. It's because the tower went out too. So we didn't have any power at the tower. So we're totally off the air. And the internet went out, so we didn't have any stream. We were doing nothing. So I sent Dan home. He was trying to do a show, but he was doing it to himself because there was nothing going over the air. So I took our hotspot, got the internet back up, so at least we were streaming. And then I tried to go over to the generator room at the city and turn on the emergency transmitter. Took me about 20 minutes, a half hour to get the damn key out of the little thing you push the alarms on.
Oh, the box?
Yeah, it just doesn't work very well. Okay, so I finally got it open, went in there, turned it on, oh, it's working. I walked out, put the thing back, went back to the station. Nothing. So I go back there now. I had locked myself out. I had to go through that again to get the key out. Finally got the key out, got it open. This time I left the door unlocked because I didn't want to have to go through this again. But oh, there, turn on, comes on, I walk away. Time I got back to the station, it was off. So I called Marty, he said, what's wrong with this thing? We're having issues here. He says, well, look at the power. So I went in there and I looked at it, turned it on, looked at the power immediately. It said 375 watts. Well, it was overpowering the transmitter. And the transmitter would go on for 6 seconds or 10 seconds and then go out. So then I had to power the transmitter down to 150 watts and then it stayed on. But all that took over an hour to get that, go through that whole process to get us back
What
on
time
here.
do you think that was approximately, would you say?
Let's see. It had to have been 7, 8 o'clock, somewhere around in there. Yeah. Then Trey showed up, so I went home and Trey every 15 minutes was starting to announce.
I heard him on the radio.
Okay, but that was like an hour or two after the power went out. Okay, but that's how long it took for me to get it
So at
to.
that point, we're on the generator, powering the building and using the backup.
Backup one, yeah. It's only like 100 watts, but at least it'll take care
Oh, yeah.
of most of Ocean Shores, right? So that was why we were so long trying to get something over the air. Number two is our phones are connected to the internet through Coast, so we had no phones. And so one good thing, like, we didn't get any phone calls. I'm sure there have been a lot of phone calls if our phones are working. We have to figure out something to get our phones off of Coast and something better that won't go out every time the Coast goes out. We don't have any phones.
Yeah, I know, we looked at doing that, but Quest just doesn't have a.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how we remedy that situation.
I wonder if the city has phones inside the yard somehow. And we get the city to run an analog line off of their system.
Well, they have actually, they got fiber in the yard.
Oh, really?
Yes, but it's too far to run from there to our building, without costing an arm and a leg to get there. Right?
That's the part I'm wondering about.
Yeah,
City's phones have to be plugged into the internet.
What's that?
The city's phones, our landlines,
Yeah.
have to be plugged into the internet.
did you have phones during that?
I don't know, we were here.
Oh, yeah, the city, I know the city moved to a cloud system, just like we're using, but they usually have backup analog lines, especially specific for alarms or things like, onto different meters on, the water system and works and things like that. Those are usually analog phone lines and, but still, I mean, more than likely the city should have some analog in conjunction with this cloud system.
Yeah, it's not like you can call Ma Bill anymore and get a hard line into your place.
Well, yeah, that's the main thing to do, it's like the studio doesn't exist as far as an address for them to.
Right.
Line to, so it's just like, well, we can't do anything. And so it probably costs more for Quest to trench a line through Elks or whatever than it would be for us to try to get the city.
Us not having an address really
Yeah.
hurts. And the reason is if we order stuff, it's gotta come to my house or to Trey's place because it can't be delivered to the station.
Yeah.
And when we were trying to do that thing with CBS, they wouldn't do it to our house. They said, it's gotta go to wherever the building's at. So they actually delivered it to the Elks Club.
We really need to look at some kind of analog line somehow.
I mean, people wanna call in and find out what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And we have no way, we couldn't go over the air and tell them because we weren't broadcasting,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, we need to figure out how in the heck we can get some kind of phone system in there that's not connected to Coast,
Yeah.
you know?
And how did the rest of it go? I mean, what you got it up and going or?
Okay, other than that.
You have analog line listed in the notes.
Other than that, we got a new webmaster.
Oh,
We got
yeah.
PMW's, Randy Costello, is taking care of our maintenance on our web. Doing a great job. We've been having troubles with it, dropping out and this and that, and he's fixing those things as we get finding them. And we got this one that's kind of weird. We'll be streaming, and if you're picking it up on Radio Garden or iTunes, so it's fine. If you're trying to pick it up through our website, it would stream the song playing, but no volume, you couldn't hear it. And we couldn't figure out what was making that happen. So Randy found it and we fixed that. So now that should be going good. Nice to have somebody I can do a phone call and 10 minutes later it's fixed.
Wow,
We haven't had that in a while.
good.
So,
He's a local guy, that's.
yeah. And he's gonna be at our staff meeting today, so he's gonna talk to the staff. Well, it's probably my report, I guess.
Thank you. I just realized this is older.
Oh, one thing, they canceled Thursday night game.
Yes, we
Yeah.
got
Yeah, I
that.
saw that. All right, thank you. That's all you have? Okay, technology report by Marty. Marty's out, but he sent us an email here, and so read off a little update. I don't know if I'll get all the FCC news stuff. I can sort of read it all if you like, but really, I think more important stuff about the tower, so. He said, won't be available in the meeting tomorrow. Feel free to edit the following info a little shorter, but okay. Marty's FCC technical report for Ocean Shores regular board meeting. a new tower site update. Next steps in exploring move to the CenturyLink Tower adjacent to IGA is to prepay $2,500 for structural analysis by Vertical Bridge Professional Engineer. Vertical Bridge is the representative of the tower owner. If the report passes muster for the small KSWFM antennas, Vertical Bridge will proceed in establishing a monthly rate per KSWFM. And so that's what he has for that. So it sounds like, I know he said before there was gonna be some money that we're gonna need to pay a little bit, so, I'm not sure where that would come out of. I would think it would come out of maybe our communications. We'll certainly talk about the budget here in a second, so that's my only thought is the $2,500 to make sure that we know what category that goes through, so. So I don't know the timeline on that either, if it's something that we need to have done right this second or now, or if it's something we can, wait till next meeting. I don't know if they need you for anything. I haven't myself, so, but that's what he has for his report. So, let's certainly talk about the $2,500 in the, budget review here coming up shortly. Any questions on that, on his report? And the rest of the SC news, he talks about Tesla, some other stuff too. And vehicles, so that's more just looks like news kind of stuff, so I will forward this over. It looks like he did send this email to, looks like it's just myself, so I'll make sure to forward this over to the rest of the board, I guess.
Okay.
You guys can read the news section if you like. Well, that's what we have for his station report, so, or excuse me, his technology report.
Oh, there's more to that report. Did you talk about the amount of money we gotta come up with?
Well, that's what I'm saying, is the $2,500 for the prepay. That's what we need to make sure to talk about in our budget review. Yeah, that's certainly the main point I just said, that, absolutely. So, next up is, let me see here, council liaison report, Richard. With Mr. Morales.
I have nothing.
Nothing. Man, making this easy today. Thank you, Richard. We'll see you tonight. Financial report for review. So here's the, and I actually have this listed here as new business. Quarterly budget review. So as far as the financial reports review, that is the, when you click on that link, it'll bring you inside, the expense reports and such. And so I printed out, which I'll hand out to the budget review. You'll see the, what we've been spending. And in that is the same report that you click on. So in other words, in our agenda, you can click on and get to this information. It's there every month. It used to be handed to us in a nice format, but now we have to go get it ourselves. So anyway, I printed it out so you'll be able to see it in a second. So I'm just gonna move on because we're gonna talk about that in my new business. Okay? Unless someone saw something in this month's financial, they wouldn't bring it. So looks like you guys are good. All right. As financial, next is board member report. We'll start with Daryl.
A couple, did the football game, turns out to be the last home football game last Friday. Worked out really well. We didn't have any problems. We found a setting in our gear that has made the audio just crisp and clear. So it's taken us a while to get to that point, but the KOSW play-by-play on the football game was great. I do need, because it's the last game, I was in the process of making up a bunch of graphics for the game. And I've edited the program and I still need a list of all the high school football players to put that on, since this was the homecoming game and the last home game for all the seniors, but they didn't know at the time. I'll put a graphic up that says everybody played. The other thing is on October 8th, I reported this at the meeting. The last time I went to the CTE meeting at the high school, and I was mistaken. I thought that was the continuing technical education, but it's actually stands for the career technical education. And so I mentioned to the people that was there that I used a quote that I had heard when I was younger, was that, and I told the teachers that the door is open, even if they don't know the door is there, as far as coming and doing stuff with the radio station and the TV group. And I got an email from them this morning at 10:02, and they said, I'll just read the whole email to you. North Beach Junior Senior High School Gear Up program is looking for career opportunities for our students. He's reaching out to businesses and public service organizations who'd be willing to do one or three things or all. Allow a group of students to tour your facility. If this is an option, let them know when you can bring in the maximum number of students to be allowed. Provide a demonstration of specialized large equipment here at the school. If that's an option, please let me know the amount of time for the demonstration and what day is best. Or give a presentation at the school with either audio, visual, or small equipment that the students can learn about hands-on discussion. So they're interested in hearing from the radio station and maybe having a tour, getting us an intern or two and some opportunities. So maybe we can do something with them and get them to do a daily report. And I think that'd be really cool, whether it's live or recorded. They can just send a file over. Anyway,
Okay.
that's my report. Anyway, the CTE is Career Technical Education.
Thank you, Derek.
Okay.
Marilyn?
I have nothing.
Thank you. Myself, I don't have anything to add from earlier. Yes. Well, I'm just going through the list of the agenda. And then Raymond's not here. So Larry, you have anything?
I don't really have anything. I was wanting to talk about the website more today, but it sounds like
That is on the agenda.
you found a webmaster, so I'm
Yep.
definitely curious to know more about.
I have that as new business. We'll certainly talk about that.
Sweet.
Anything else though? Very good. Okay, the next up is the old business for radio tower. Really I read what Marty had to say there, so we need to look at $2,500 that needs to be paid basically for doing that structural analysis with Vertical Bridge. So we'll have to see what category to pay that through. And I'll talk about categories here in just a second, which is coming up actually next. So I'm just that's all I have to say for that. We'll certainly talk about that here in a new business. So now I just had it. So new business is a quarterly report. Here I got a couple of copies. Oops. That's actually it's getting a little bit. Okay, so you guys want to take a look. Here's he just has 2 extra pages on the bottom. I think it's last month's quarterly or expense report to find it, so they want to see those as well. But what I did is I did this 3 months ago as well. So this first page that has a kind of the totals, you just go into, and it's on our agenda again. You click on financials, it'll bring you into the city website. I'll pull up their monthly expense reports. And so then you see our section for radio, okay? And our budget for biennial, is that it? 2 years? 2-year budget, is that the right biennial? Is $144,600. You'll see that on the bottom left. You'll also see that on that report. You'll see it in there. So, and that's basically what they've done, for 2 years is from January this year and it goes all the way for 2 years until, December of next year and then to the year. So, that's what I did here. The first 1, 2, 3, 4 columns is really the exact numbers that you're going to see in the report. I just moved into here. So I put the budget that we have for each category, starting with office and operating supplies, small tools, professional services, blah, blah, blah. And so you see that in the first column, that's 144 for the 2 years. And then the first one is beginning balance. So basically what's been spent in that category up to this date before the month of September. Okay, and that there was a charge in September, and then that's what the debit is. So you'll see that there's 280 for professional services. I think that's for cleaning. If I remember looking at it, communications, I forget, I think that was for internet or some sort, operating lease, and that we'll certainly talk about, 3,600. That's for the payment to the tower and such. And then you have dues and subscriptions. So, for September, we paid 4216, but then we get to ending balance. So basically, as of right now, at the end of September, after 3 quarters, now a quarter is 3 months, okay? So January, February, March is quarter 1. April, May, June is 2, July, August, September. And that's where we're at right now. So basically, if there are in 2 years' time, there's 8 quarters, okay, for a year. That's why you'll see a little percent above there. And I put projective. So basically, it's 3/8 because we're 3 out of 8 quarters. And so then I did the same thing with available, which is just the other side of it. And so at this time, if we had $7,600, 3/8 of that basically would be, we should be spending 2,850. But really, right now, we've only spent 341. So you can kind of look at office supplies. We're actually at the very right. You can see where it's bold because I took those numbers basically, just took what's projected spent minus what we spent. So that's what we have the delta, the difference. So a positive number, we're actually ahead. We have money in the account for operating supplies, and a lot of that has to do with North Beach Independent Media because they take care of a lot of that stuff. And then the small tools and equipment, we're ahead a bit there, 905. Professional services, we're ahead 1,600, but then we're behind here a little bit on communications. Okay, and that's like internet, things like that, 232. And so that's 3 months in. So, I mean, if we went the full 2 years, that would probably be somewhere around $800 or so. We'd have to figure it out. But the operating lease, you see, we're behind on that one, 1,200. I mean, that's, probably about 1,700 for a year, probably 3,500, maybe more after the budget's over. So we're behind on that one. We got to look at, okay, make sure we don't spend too much there. But then we look at utilities. Of course, we're looking good. We're looking good at repairs and maintenance, and we're really good at dues and subscription. We're right where we're at. So, so that's what we have there. Of course, we haven't spent anything in repairs and maintenance. We have $5,000 budget, and we should have spent 1,875 maybe by now. We haven't spent anything. So, we still have basically that in there too. So that's my budget review. Does it make sense to anybody? Does anybody have any questions first on what the numbers and on how the numbers appear? Yes, sir.
Well, number 45.
Oh, wait, sorry. You're on the public side. I'm at people on the board. So you have to wait for comments. My apologies. Thanks, Nicole. Anybody here at the table have any questions or anything on that? You good? Okay.
I got a question.
Yes.
He just signed an MOU with the city. Okay, just got done. So the office supplies, the small tools and equipment, and depends on the maintenance repairs, what we're talking about, needs to be repaired. Those are no longer in our budget. Those are no longer in a city budget. They're in our budget.
I just go by what I
know.
can't.
I don't think you did maybe.
Unless something changes.
They haven't changed.
Yeah, so I just have to go by what I know and what meetings I've been to. So.
Okay, because if I take those out, you're gonna be done only with about you're taking out 2,500, 3,000, about 3,000 out of that $7,334. Could happen. I'm just saying it hasn't happened yet,
Yeah.
but that's a possibility.
And I didn't show the income side, I didn't go through and show what donations or what's been put in from in the media, what's offset as well. It's nice that we have an actual budget higher than we asked for. So I kind of took away that, kind of need to show that a bit, but I hear you, but I just need to go with what we have and numbers in front of us. So until they change the budget or, anything that I've been told and advised to do, I'm moving forward. So one thing that we need to talk about is the $2,500 for the tower. So the tower, a lot of it's all been going on the operation lease. Well, we're already negative upside down on that a little bit.
Why can't we put it under repairs and maintenance?
That's what I was going to discuss, that, or what else is next on our agenda, which I would really like to talk about as well, is the studio and redoing the flooring in there because it smells like old dog. If you ask any guys to walk in there, sorry, it's old carpet, So that's separate. So the $2,500 though, but what, where do we put that? I mean, it is, I think it is a professional service, possibly, is my thought, because it is paying for someone to, do an analysis, and I think they would probably pretty well code it as a professional service on their end. But that wouldn't, I mean, we're 1,600 ahead now, and the way we're tracking, we should be still ahead, possibly. I mean, it would put us behind $900 right this moment, but the way we're tracking positive in that category, we could end up okay. It's a thought.
I think your priorities is the tower, the $2,500 there, more than that flooring for the studio.
Absolutely. Well, we're talking about 2,500 right now. So I think we agree. We can't really put it in operation lease because it's already negative there. I don't know.
Well, under repairs and maintenance, basically, they've been telling you if you need to have something fixed, in which case that would be maintenance.
Yeah.
They're just giving you an estimate to see if it needs to be fixed.
Gotcha.
I put it in there, but
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Joe?
I'd like to hear what the public has to say at the end of the meeting.
Yeah,
See what
okay.
what the professional services sounds like the right
Okay.
thing, or the repairs and maintenance.
Yeah, I don't know the timeline. I think Marty would have told us like, hey, we need to do this right away. So I'm hoping we have time to the next meeting to say, okay, this is where we want to put it. Go ahead and do that, Marty. So, you know, I guess I could try to reach out to Marty. But yeah, so we don't have a timeline set. I think we assume we maybe have another month to.
Oh, yeah, probably so.
Yeah, so.
Just an engineering study.
Good. Okay. Yeah, you're good. All right. Yeah, certainly bring it up on public session on that. So I guess the 2,500 was, we know we need to put it somewhere. Let's make sure we get a timeline from Marty. Let's hear the public comment and then make sure that next meeting, we for sure we'll actually put it on the agenda
Okay.
and we'll put it as, get a motion, get it done. Because we'll know the timeline and we'll know the public as well. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yes, all right. All right, so that's back to the budget review again. Overall, we're looking good though, 7,300 over, ahead, basically, overall. So that's good news, better than being behind. Yeah, that's that part, so. So yeah, website management, let's go and talk about that. That's next on the business and we'll get back to the flooring stuff. That's on the third item. So White Pipe Management, a lot of time you're gonna talk about finding someone to manage the website.
Yeah, it was in my report. We got
Yeah.
Randy Costello from PNW.
Oh, cool. Gotcha. How much is it gonna cost?
$100 a month plus a monthly interview on the morning show.
I'll be on Saturday morning. Just kidding. 100 a month, right? Is that just a manager? Is that for hosting and all that
That's
too?
for him. That's what he charges
He
us.
charges, hey, I'll change the content. He's
Everything. Well, no, I do all the cosmetics still.
okay.
I mean, the banners and the shows and update all that stuff. He does all the internal stuff, the stuff that I can't, it's way beyond my pay grade. What I can't do, that's what Randy does.
Now, is this 100 additional? Or is it replacing any costs that we already have?
No, that's $100 a month plus an interview once a month. He wants to go on be interviewed so he can talk about technology and different things that.
Gotcha. That'd probably be professional.
Oh, is that new show that's coming up?
What?
Is that that new tech show that's coming up or that's different?
Tech service.
One on, I know on Tom's show, it's gonna be on 9 o'clock.
That's him.
That's him, okay.
So he's basically doing the engine on so it's not the web provider, but he's doing the engine, the stuff that sits on top of that, and then you're doing the content. So you're.
Yeah, I'm doing all the content stuff in there, the shows and and all that kind of stuff. And in the website, you'll see there'll be events that are coming in the city. I do all that stuff, the tickets for sales, all that crap I put in there, right? He does the inside stuff. He gets inside the engine and he gets in there where I can't go. Cause if I got in there, that website would be all screwed up.
Yeah.
One wrong click in your history. Yeah,
The computer does exactly what you tell it to do.
it does. It's got different language than what you would think. Yeah, you would think, you'd say shows. It doesn't say shows. It's got some other content. You gotta understand the language that the website gives you. Now, he's pretty darn good. He's done a lot of businesses around town here. He does.
Cool.
I thought $100 a month was pretty cheap to get him to get in there. He's already done several changes. See, we've never had anybody to go inside and do all the web maintenance,
Yeah.
the upgrades and all that stuff that's gotta be done. All right, it's been lacked since we had the website, basically. And that's what's been causing a lot of the issues we've been having. So also I talked to him about changing, so on your phone, whether you have an iPhone or you have an Android phone, you're trying to make it so it's all looks the same. That's what he's working on.
I was just gonna ask that. Yeah,
That's a win. That's a big.
Great.
so he's working on that now?
Yeah, that was one of the requests I gave Randy to work on, and we'll talk about it at the staff meeting too. You'll explain all that. And any other things that we brought up at the board that I couldn't get in to do is what he's gonna work and do for us. So it should be a lot better running, smoother website now.
Cool. All right. That's website management. Next up on new business is the new flooring for the studio. That's what I was mentioning earlier. I don't know if you noticed, if you first walk in, there's kind of a, as I noticed a year and a half ago, it's like, it's just kind of feels like, there's a funk, honestly, and so, you got guests, people coming in there, they gotta be smelling it too, it's, so, I mean, that's why I have to open the window a lot of times I'm in there too, it's.
Well, a lot of that smell has been here since the carpet was new. There's a certain kind of, sometimes it happens on a heavy rain. I don't know what it is. It almost smells like cat litter box in here sometimes. And I don't know how to get rid of that smell. We've had the city in there looking at it. It goes in there for a while, then it dissipates. Whether there's something underneath a sewer run that runs underneath the building or what it is, I have no idea, but it can get pretty atrocious sometimes when you go in there.
Carpet cleaned, I assume, but
Have ever been cleaned?
Oh,
maybe that would fix it.
I was just
Well-
the same thing when I started saying, I'm like, maybe it just needs a good carpet clean for.
well, it happened when the carpet was new. It happened before the carpet was in there.
Well,
There's something creating that smell that we can't figure out what it is.
You gotta try a carpet cleaner.
yeah,
I mean, professional outfit.
professional outfit.
Yeah.
But if you decide to put new carpet in there, I'm gonna need help moving
Oh,
stuff.
I know, I understand doing it's not an easy progress, because I was looking, all that stuff's gotta come off the floor, and that's a lot, especially in the studio part.
How do you cut around everything?
And all the desk, everything else, yeah, it's, all hands on deck, hey, So,
It has to be carpet. The hardwood floor reflects the sound too much.
yeah, exactly, we put a throw rug in there. I mean, something like this would be nice and rest.
Oh, we could do the rest of it, but in the studio itself, it has to be some kind of.
Understood, yeah, because it's, so, that's not a bad idea, though, is maybe thinking about a carpet clean. Just to help, and give that a whirl. It wouldn't hurt. It's been, what, 10 years, 10 years for the carpet. And do a cleaning one time.
It's a great idea.
That'd be professional services. Oh, we're actually have some money there.
Yeah,
So you're a lot better than getting new carpet with all the work it takes to
Yeah.
get some out, just gets Stanley Steamer to come in and do it.
Anybody have any idea what a professional carpet cleaner would cost? And it's not a big area, but.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have
Probably
to.
a couple
Just
hundred.
get, what we can,
I imagine it'd be $200-300 a good stand.
I would think
Can't
so,
take
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
It only take them about an hour to do it.
Yeah.
It's only 800 square feet.
All right, so maybe get a motion to, what do you guys think? Get something done.
I'm on board with it.
Well, it has to be.
You have to check with the city.
Yes, I was just gonna say.
Because who knows about bidding, who knows about.
Yep. The request will have to go to Nicole.
Sure.
Not me.
Should,
So how do we go about, what's the step to do that? Do we need a motion and all that to do that, or we just say, hey?
well, first of all, we gotta go get pricing. We gotta get 3 of them. Get 3 pricing, and all that proposal needs to be sent to the city. All 3 proposals. Then the city will vote on it, or the city council will probably vote on it.
Depends on how much it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna vote on it. How many square feet is that thing?
800.
Is it 800? I was gonna guess 400 or 500, all right.
Biggest thing about that's gonna be getting that big desk out of there.
Well, yeah, to clean it though, I think we can get
You
it.
know, we just take the computers off the floor and they just go in and.
Yeah, go kind of around and stuff, yeah, it'd be a lot easier than replacing everything.
But I don't know what cleaning outfits besides Stanley Steamer have out
I
here.
don't know, we'll have to find out. So, is that something you get the bids on, or is that something,
Oh, we'd try to get the bids on, but first I gotta find them. Now, we don't have, our cleaning services are no longer through the city. We don't have Anna anymore cleaning it for $160 an hour. We've got another person for us for $25 an hour. Cause we doing it through NIMBM, we don't have to pay prevailing wage and we don't have to go out for 3 bids.
all right, we'll see what we can find out, and we'll, see, talk about next meeting. Maybe that new person does carpet cleaning.
We'll see.
So
All righty,
can I
Uh,
chime in for just a moment?
yes, sir.
So Ricky at the sewer department has a relatively new crawling camera to inspect sewer lines. I would invite you to ask him to run that camera through that sewer line and see if there's a break under the building before you, because if the smell's always been there, there may be a
It's like a
break.
dog or cat though.
Yeah, it sounds like really ammonia smell to it. It'd be pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay,
Now, we've asked the city before to do it. I don't think they ever did it.
yeah,
They just got the camera.
Alright. I'll leave that to you. I don't, I mean, think it's a sewer issue, but.
Well, this is, this DJ's just gotta go.
Either way, it's been 10 years. Get carpet clean. Okay.
The carpet is actually dirty. I mean, I
You
get.
can see
so
it. I'm
much-
on there like.
Yeah, there's spots all over the place.
All over. I'm like, come on.
Those aren't pea sticks.
No, it's not just coffee.
It's gonna mask the smell with black coffee.
But there's been,
Layered.
there's been so much stuff spilled on that
Yeah.
carpet.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to see it getting cleaned up and stuff. No, just kidding. All right, next is discussion. Anything that's on there? I guess keep discussion going. Good. Back to public communication. Yes, sir.
Yes, number 45 and 41. How does the public get more information on that, more details? To see what it actually means, what's involved in it.
I know before, and, you know, you can have the city or Nicole actually look at some of the expenditures. So probably a public, Nicole, if we want to show up, you know, look up expenses, like, hey, this month, you know, that's 7133. I want to find out exactly what that is.
Which one?
45.
Yeah, 45. Well, it's in that,
45 is a tower.
yeah, 45 is a tower, the tower lease and such. We have, you can see the actual payments
You
each
see
month.
the actual lease.
The lease,
The
yeah,
lease has been attached to the agenda, what, 2 months ago?
yeah, it was 2 months is on there. Yeah, you should find it on the agenda.
I was thinking to ask the finance director, but she's pretty busy.
Yeah, no, but it's on, if you look at the agendas 2 months ago, you should see the actual lease.
What about the professional services?
What?
Professional services?
That one,
That was Anna, but you don't.
that was Anna, yeah, but then we still had 280. How much are we paying the new guy? For cleaning,
$100 a month.
$100 a month? When did that switch?
As soon as they sign the MO.
So Anna, I mean, it shows 280 paid, so she still got paid 280.
That was at the beginning of the year. Or was that this
Oh,
month?
this is month, 280
Yeah.
total.
Well, we've only had, it's only been 3 weeks since we've made the change.
On page 36.
So that would have been, yeah, this is September, so this would have been 4 weeks ago, 3.
Yeah, no,
4 weeks ago. That was
Well,
Anna,
that's-
so.
On page 36 of the handout you gave us.
That's whatever.
It says Anna, they're okay.
whatever Last invoice was then to you.
She was expensive, no problem. No.
she was, but that, you know, that's prevailing wage. It's,
So that was 280 what we were paying Anna the cleaning. So that was September. And so since I believe we switched to the one.
280 compared to 100, so big difference.
Yeah, that's $180.
And she was only cleaning twice a month. We're cleaning every week now.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Anything else?
Well, emergency readiness, several Thursdays ago, there was an actual emergency. I heard the titles for a long time.
Oh, on the.
Oh, shakeout.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a good time to check if your keys work?
For what works?
Good point. That's a good point. We probably
What
should
works?
have the keys, your generator and get the keys and all that.
Oh,
Probably maybe,
well, we should make a complaint to the city to change that because it's almost impossible to get in, try to put it back in and hit the numbers and try to get it, the thing, because it's one of those things that push the numbers in and pull the lock down and snaps in. It's not electronic.
yeah.
It's all manual.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say regardless, that's a good point though. You know, maybe on the shakeout day or something, maybe we'd go through something ourselves, you know, I don't know if we do that or not for you know, emergencies.
The power goes out every year.
Oh, multiple times, yeah.
But normally we don't have an issue. It's
Yeah.
that door, they try to get in, it costs us all the time to get in there.
Well, this is public comment, not really public discussion.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right, anybody else?
Maybe
Yes,
if
sir.
you checked it once a month, maybe the keys would work better.
Yeah.
Instead of just sitting.
And it's an old, it's just an old thing and buttons will stick in there. And
WD-40.
okay, I could, and the funny thing about it, if you push in the code, it don't work. But if you push the numbers of the code in any kind of random form, it works. Yeah, I think we need to change the lockbox on that thing.
I work a lot of different lock boxes. I
Yeah.
can look it up with you.
That one does.
Mr. Lee, you got something?
Yeah, what I know about municipal or corporate budgeting, carpet replacement's gonna go into repairs and maintenance all day long. Professional services can be a cleaning, but even that's typically gonna be consultants or carpet cleaning, I guess, could go into there. And then, Randy Costello would go into that, who, by the way, is outstanding. I can attest to that. And he's not charging anywhere near the prevailing rate. Now, the radio station itself, how old is that building?
Oh, boy. It used to be kind of a tool shed, I think, at one time. I think the station took it over about 2004, I think. I think that's when the station took it over. And then it was only half the building it is now. It used to just be a bathroom and one little room off the side. And that's where the station was at, where Trey's at now, that area in the bathroom was all, that was what the building was. They took a collection up and they actually had donated money and added the other 400 square feet to it, where the studio is now.
What I was getting at was, chances are, if it is older like that, there is an original copper line going to it, an analog line.
Yeah.
It probably was abandoned when they went to the internet.
There's gotta be a, yeah, I'd have to look, cause usually have a demarcation wall or something that, you
You'll
know,
find an old,
outlet box, some junk.
Yeah, I have not seen an
Yeah,
outlet box. I've never seen an outlet box. I'll take a look, but I don't remember ever seeing that. The other alternative is to get a company or a station cell phone that people could have a public number to call an emergency.
It's not a bad idea, cause then we get the texting going too, that they're talking about, so we get.
Yeah, but that's an extra added expense every month.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, I'm gonna make sure to put that on the agenda, so we talk about,
and actually Randy is being paid through NIMBY. We picked that up.
I was gonna ask you that after.
anything else, Mr. Goodman? Still, you got anything else? I guess that's it for public communication. Future meeting date, next Tuesday, 25th, right back here at 10:30. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
Second, all right.
Second.
Yeah, that's right.